Hello, Brawlers and Brawlettes. Welcome to the second episode of the Big Baby Bird podcast. I am your host, Golfier, and today we are going to be talking a little bit about the new update. I woke up a couple days ago, I think it was yesterday or something, and we saw the release of the new Brawl update for the Lunar New Year. So that'll be interesting. I'll probably go over that a bit. Just my thoughts on it. I don't have any notes with me, so it's just gonna be coming from what my mind is. I was gonna do some notes, but I kind of got lazy. But I thought about it a bit. I'll just go over what comes to my mind about it. I'll probably leave some stuff out, if just from forgetting. And then we're going to talk about a little bit about clubs, how to, if you're looking for a club, what kind of club, to go for, to look for. If you want to start a club, some tips, some good ideas. I've started a club. I started in March after the global update, I think, and it's been strong ever since. It's kind of more of a casual club, but we'll get into the different types, what to look for later along the lines. So starting out, the new update dropped, I guess it didn't drop, and I'll probably go into more detail into it. I'm just gonna be covering the generalities because it's a big thing, new, getting hyped for it. So basically what we know is that we're getting a new brawler, and from what I can tell, it kind of reminds me of kind of like Penny, but like with more range type of, where after the main attack, it does splash damage after it attacks. It's got a cool like bouncing thing, which is kind of nice. It'll be an interesting mechanic. Karios covered a video on it, and I watched it, and it jumps over walls apparently. I'm guessing one of its star powers is like to do a double bounce and do more damage or something, maybe a combination, because one of them I saw it bounced twice, but nobody was talking about it. Nobody said it was anything special, so I'm kind of thinking that it might have to do with the star power, but we really don't know. We didn't see any things about it, his super. We do know it's gonna have to do with like tiny penguins or something, but we really don't know. We're not that certain, so we'll see, and we'll cover it. I'll probably do a whole segment on him after the update drops, whenever that'll be. I was gonna look up when it Lunar New Year dropped. Update dropped last year, but I didn't. I know the Lunar New Year, or the Chinese New Year, is from January 20th ish to February 20th, so it's within that gap. This year I think it's gonna be January 25th. But I don't know, whenever the update drops, it drops. So we'll see. So apparently one thing that's going to be happening in the new update is that they're taking out the single individual events. So that'd be Lone Star and Takedown, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed, but I do understand why they're doing it. It was the most hated set of game modes, so that's understandable. But I kind of grew a little attached to it. Lone Star I never really got good at, but and Takedown, it was kind of easy trophies for my EMZ or my Colt, or any one of my high damage, because I knew how to use them, and to actually do damage. And I've always been good at avoiding getting people, confronting people, and that's basically the strategy you need to go for Takedown. So I kind of picked it up a little easier than Lone Star. I still am not really good at Lone Star. I'm kind of glad that they're taking it away, because I won't have to worry about getting that losing a ton of trophies trying to get that token anymore. I do also understand it was a lot more random. There was a lot of times where, in Takedown especially, where I died and then I could spawn on the opposite side of the map, or I can spawn right where the boss was, and it's just kind of random, and it's a lot less skill based and more probability and more like not as much actual effort going into it and getting good results. And in Lone Star, I have no idea what I was doing with that. I don't know. I know it also has that seed of randomness to it, kind of. Because when you think, like, with Showdown, like, it's a lot more, like, even. The playing field is even. Sometimes you get hit in a bad matchup, like you get cornered by three people early on, like, and that's no fun. But most of the time, like, it's pretty fair. You got one-on-one, occasionally two people are attacking you, and you can weasel your way around or try and figure something out. So typically it's a lot more fair, but with Lone Star, I I don't know. I always had more difficulty, and I know with Takedown it was a lot more um, just early on, getting in there early on and doing as much damage as possible while he's still at health. Because after 50%, like it'll just start getting eaten up even more. Because people start settling in and starting to feel like get more power cubes and whatnot. And then you also have to think after it's like past going under 50%, there's only say 23% of total left for you to actually get. You're only going to get a fraction of that. Whereas early on, slowly over the course of the entire match, if you're getting in early and keep on doing it consistently, at least a little bit of damage, you can get like 20 all up, and instead of like at the very last minute when there's only 10, you're only getting a little bit of that. So early on is definitely a good strategy, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore because they're taking out takedown. Uh, but in the new update, they are adding another game mode, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It'll be like some sort of domination type, which I know, and like COD games or something. Domination is kind of one of my favorite modes. So to have it incorporated into Brawl Stars is going to be really cool. Cool to see it. Cool to figure out what the best strategy is. I'll probably cover it more in depth in a later video or podcast or something. Um, but until then, I'm just looking forward to it, and we'll see what happens. Other updates, there's going to be a ton of really cool skins. Like all the skins, I would definitely buy. I think the best one I'm looking forward to is going to be the BB skin. It just looks so awesome, so nice. Like I don't know, and it's gonna be BB's first skin, which is gonna be cool. They're also adding a Nita skin, which will help with Australian forest fires for the first couple of months. They're gonna do all the proceeds to a some charity or something for Australia for the first couple of months, which will be nice. So you definitely might want to get that skin. I know I'm definitely probably gonna see if I can't get it. If it's like 30 gems or something, I'm definitely getting it. But that'll be nice. Um, let's see here. The two other skin. I think there's two other skins. There's gonna be BB-8. Uh, no, not BB-8. Um, 8-bit. BB-8. I don't know what I was thinking. That 8-bit. It's gonna be 8-bit. So it's gonna be this cool virus skin, and then we got Terra, a cool new skin with Terra. So that'll be nice to check out and to be able to mess with, because Terra's only had like one skin before, and I think 8-bit also has only had one skin before. But that BB skin, I'm definitely gonna see if I can snatch that this whenever the update comes out, because I've heard it may be temporary. I'm not sure about that, but we'll see. Um, so update. I think I covered everything. Most everything. Gonna have another retro type of uh, map skin, which will be cool. Um, I don't know. I've enjoyed. I liked the last update with the whole pirates. I thought that was a cool thing for like the Christmas, season. I thought that was a nice addition. I don't think any of us saw that coming. I thought that was cool. I like the ship. I like the rotating mechanic of the ship. Um, yeah, I definitely have been enjoying these past couple updates, and I think Supercell uh, really cares about this game, which is nice. So moving on, I guess we covered the opening just a little bit about the the whole update, getting hyped for it. So now I'm going to be talking about clubs. So I know a lot of people have a hard time finding a good club, especially like early on because nobody will let you in. Um, so what I would say to the lower guys is just start a club with and just recruit people to come in or join a club that's low. It can be sometimes hard to find a consistent one, and so sometimes one of the best options is just creating your own, and just inviting people and stuff like that. And I'm going to talk about the best way to start a club, but first I'll probably go into how to look for a club. And so there are different types of clubs. There's probably going to be more chill, laid back, kind of super, like half the people you don't even know if they get on at all. Um, kind of more inactive. Then there's going to be a little more casual, like more, play more often, but still casual. I definitely consider mine more like that. So we have, in my club, we have an inactive policy where you get kicked if you're inactive for more than, I think it's 3 days now. Before it was 5 days. And then once we started to get it up above 10K per person, we've raised it to 3 days. Just because 5 days, there's like if you're inactive for 3 days, you're definitely going to be inactive for 5 days. So we just lowered it down to cut off the inactivity. But we're definitely more casual. Casual. We still play every day though. And then there's going to be a lot more pushing, a lot more type of club where that's basically all you do is you push, you get comms, you set up, you gear up, you get ready to go. And so there are those type of clubs as well. Typically for those, you need to have high trophies, so above 10K preferably. Preferably a lot more than above 10K, but that's kind of a minimum base. Unless you're really good, which I know there are a lot of, I know a lot of really good players who just, haven't been playing for a while. And so they just haven't spent enough time to get up there. But usually it'll be really quick, so it's not that. Usually you'll make progress like really fast if you're actually good. Otherwise you just need to figure out how to learn and figure out how to play. So if those are three types of clubs. And whenever you're looking for a club, you can either go to Reddit or Discord or find someone who you enjoy playing with consistently, like a buddy that you've been friends with in game, and join their club maybe. See if they're a good fit for you. I know I definitely prefer active clubs, but sometimes that's not your play style. You're definitely more casual. You only get on, once or twice a week, and I get that. But for me, it's I play every day. So I have played every day for pretty much 2 years now. That's kind of weird to think about. But so my play style is very different from yours, and so different clubs match different people. Um, uh, so the more trophies you have, typically the more competitive the club is. Um, so you just find that sweet spot. Looking on Discord, looking on Reddit, they got r/brawl recruit as a subreddit solely dedicated to finding clubs. Um, and since we're on the topic of that, that's basically how I started my club. I started my club. I was probably at like 6K trophies probably whenever I started, and I just was recruiting anybody 2,000 trophies and above, basically. And I just were asking for people to come in. I started with 0 trophy limit, and then I slowly raised it to that, and that's when it started actually picking up. I got like 20 plus people in it. I was really, working hard at it, and basically all I did was I invited people on Discord and Reddit. And that's basically that I posted on Reddit and Discord as many times as possible. I think it's every 3 days. You're able to post again on the Discord, and then every week is on the Reddit, because I still post on there. I think the highest we got to was like 89 people, and then we started losing again. Currently, I think we're at 59, 60 something, lower 60s, high 50s something. Just because I just went through like a big purge recently. A lot of people for some reason were inactive last week, so I kind of lost like 6 people, which dropped it down. And then, people come and leave whenever. Typically, more hardcore clubs are going to be stricter. For me, I'm definitely strict whenever it comes to inactivity, but as long as you're open with me and you're chill and you're having a good time, I don't care what happens. I'm kind of a chill president. I don't know. I got a friend of mine who's also a president, but his club is definitely a lot more hardcore, I would think. I would say. But he's also a lot better player than I am. So, but it's fun. Brawl Stars is unique to Supercell games in the sense that you can be the best player on your team and still lose, just because you can't carry like 2 people. It's a very teamwork game, and clubs are very important to that, because you can get setups, you can get people to play with, you can set it up. I know a lot of people who just don't join clubs because they don't team up with their clubmates at all, and that definitely is not what the spirit of being a club is about. I know I'm guilty of, playing with randoms all the time, but I definitely try to invite people. I try to do that because that's the reason you have a club, is to find people to hang out with, to play, to mess around with. I have a Discord for my club, but like we don't really ever use it. Only like half of our club is actually on the Discord. So I mean, it's a lot of us don't even use it, but I have it there. And if you're a hardcore club, if you want to start that, setting up a Discord to get comms and stuff is definitely a necessity. But for a more casual club, it's not that important. Typically, people just want to log on and play. So I hope that helped. Yeah, I really don't know what to talk about other than that. This is going to be a shorter episode. Just don't have all that stuff. I don't have as much stuff to actually talk about. But thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, listening to my ramble. Next week, if the updates drop, we're going to talk about that. If not, we might talk about skins or PowerPoints, or I guess not PowerPoints, the star points. And our skin's really worth it, and like our PowerPoint's really worth it, like type of thing, past a certain point, maybe, or I don't know. I've been thinking about that. I'm not sure if I could actually do a podcast on it, but we'll see. But thank you for watching, if you are, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Adios.